Hey everyone, Duval's Pools here, back again with another video, and I'm coming at you with my review of NXT Takeover 30 last night. And I'm going to talk about the matches and what happened and some of the other news and stuff that's going on. Alright, first things first, I'm going to start with the Finn Balor and Timothy Thatcher match. That was an awesome match for, them to put on a great show, for them being, added on the card late, not really, being prepared and stuff. Although it's probably already written in and stuff, but they put on a hell of a match. Obviously, I got that one right. I picked Finn Balor to win, and he won. So, Thatcher would have, gained momentum and probably a lot of credibility if he would have beaten Finn Balor, but I think right now they're just, he got respect, for the match because it's gonna, go down as a good match, but I think he'll be due a big win in the coming future. Yeah, that's about that match. The next match I'll talk about is the ladder match. That one I was kind of watching AEW as well, so it was kind of, I was watching back and forth, between both action, because the AEW Dynamite got postponed a little bit because the Miami Heat and Pacers game, went over the 6 o'clock hour, the 6 p.m. hour, so, yeah, that one I kept, watching one on my phone and watching the other one on TV. It's kind of hard to watch two things or be super invested in one, both, but it's possible to watch both. What I seen of the match was, Johnny Gargano, for someone that was, supposedly hurt or dropped on his head, he did a great job, calling the spots in that match and, fulfilling, his obligations for the match. Velveteen Dream did a good job too as well. Cameron Grimes had this one spot that was pretty funny, where he did a split. He was trying to climb up the ladder. I thought they might have made him, make him win, but I figured that my pick, Damian Priest's pick, was going to hold true, because he really needed the superstar win. Him or Bronson Reed, and Priest won, so now his character will probably be developed more as, he won the big one, and now he's going to party and probably rack up some good wins coming on, in the next couple weeks and the next takeover, and hold the title for a little bit. So yeah, that match I would give, if I had to rank the matches out of 5, I would give the ladder match a 4.5, and that Finn Balor match I would give 4.75 out of 5. The next one we'll talk about is, I'm going to talk about the number 1 contenders tag match for the to fight Imperium later on, and that match was awesome. Obviously, a lot of people thought Birch and Lorcan was going to win, but my Breezango pulled it out, of their ass. Tyler Breeze with the super kick and won. So Breezango gets a title shot against Imperium, which is probably going to be an awesome match. I'm hoping they'll let Breezango finally win the big one and win a title as a team, because they've had a couple matches, but they haven't been able to win it. They don't want to put them over and let them win the big one. So I'm hoping and begging that they let them, win the tag titles, and maybe have Imperium, lose the other title, the UK heavyweight title, and then maybe they'll get called up to the, main roster sometime soon. The next match I want to talk about is Adam Cole match versus Pat McAfee. I picked McAfee to win because obviously, you know, it was going to be a surprise either way. I figured Cole was going to win just because, you know, obviously he's a wrestler and, you know, McAfee was the outsider. But I picked McAfee just, you know, because it would kept me interested in the fight, and I thought, you know, for being an athlete, he might do a good job, and I was completely right. He did a good job as a performer, as you know, on the mic, you know, doing his moves, everything was great. McAfee did a wonderful job. I hope we get to see him again in the ring. Obviously, the result wasn't the same, what I wanted, but this is the gripe I have. These two matches that I am going to talk about back to back, this one and the women's title match, the ending of the matches, basically, instead for them, you know, to get a perfect rating, the matches basically got diminished a perfect rating by the ending. And what I'm talking about was, obviously McAfee missed the kick and hit the steel steps, but you're going to have him get in the submission, not tap out, you know, fight for his life. Then he's going to go up to the top and get a super kick after Cole reverses it. And then you're going to have McAfee holding his ankle, and he's up. He's clearly up, seeing what Cole's doing and what he's, you know, saying or whatever. And then he blatantly turns around into the Canadian Sunrise Destroyer, whatever it's called. And I just thought that was total BS. You know, if he knew it was coming, why didn't they just have a better spot where, you know, he could have reversed that? Or, you know, that was just so stupid that he seen it coming, and then obviously he didn't kick out. But I would have had it better where he got screwed. I would have wrote it where McAfee got screwed and lost the match because of some other BS or whatever, instead of that whole scenario happening where, you know, he did the stuff, the low blow and stuff, and then he did the kick, and then he almost pinned him. But I would have just had him, you know, hit him with the knee on the back of the head when he was up. You know, that would have been a better ending than him turning around right into the Canadian, or whatever it is, Canadian Destroyer, Tequila, whatever, Sunrise. But yeah, that's the gripe, only gripe I have with that match. I give that one a 4.5 out of 5. Now we'll talk about the women's title match so I can tell you what I'm saying. Dakota Kai really showed off. She did not win, obviously, but unfortunately, I wish she would have won. Basically, she was beating her Io Shirai's ass in this match, mostly. She couldn't come up with the finisher. You know, the referee gets knocked down. Raquel Gonzalez come out, try to help her, but the problem I had with this match was Io Shirai. It's just something about her. I just don't like her as a performer. There's sometimes a person, you look at them, you just don't like their style, the look, you know. But it's nothing against her. It's just, she did the moonsault 3 times in a row and beat Dakota Kai that way. She did the moonsault. The referee was down, couldn't count. Okay. Then, whatever, she was BSing, and then Raquel Gonzalez got her out of the ring. She did the moonsault on both of them. And then, you know, Dakota Kai went for a move. She did a move, and then the referee finally is conscious. And she did the move again right off the turnbuckle after she had just hit that other one. I don't like when they do that repetitive move shit. That sucks. You know, she should have beat her with another move or something else instead of doing 3 moonsaults back to back, literally in a span of 5 minutes. Yeah, so that's my only gripe about this match. I give it a 4 out of 5, and well, I would give it a 4. I give it a 4 out of 5, minus the point for, or half point for the ending and for the result, because I think they should have put Dakota Kai over as winning the big one, even though she gained respect in this match. And last but not least, we'll talk about the title match, Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee. That match was awesome. It was a battle of two big studs. After the match, obviously, came out, Karrion Kross hurt his shoulder, and he continued the match, which is awesome. Some people can't continue the match, even though, a shoulder shouldn't be that hard, but when it's someone that is Keith Lee's size, it's hard to pick them up. That's the shock of the night. Obviously, I said, earlier, I think Karrion Kross might win if they do if they did a shock. And the only reason why I thought Keith Lee would lose that fast is because they're calling him up to the main roster. And obviously he did lose. And now I think he's going to go to the main roster. Why have him win the title that fast and then lose, that fast if he's not getting called up to the main roster? But yeah, overall that match was good. I give it a 4.75 out of 5. I think there's a couple other matches that would be considered the match of the night instead, but this was a good match. It was a great match to watch. A couple of good spots that they did in the match. Karrion Kross, did a giant suplex off the turnbuckle to finish him. And some of the other spots, where he had him passed out, and then he thought he was going to win that way, and then he came back. Scarlett was looking hot. She was wearing a little leather number. Kind of reminded me of, like Catwoman. She had Catwoman fingernails. She looked like, not fingernails, but what I'm talking about. Basically, she looked like the Michelle Pfeiffer costume with the little claws on it. Yeah, I don't know the extent of Karrion Kross's injury, but obviously this sucks if he was to win the title and then have to relinquish it because he's, he tore something, or he's out because of lifting, Keith Lee and stuff. Even though Lee did help get him through the match, because he would have needed help for someone that big to get through with the shoulder injury. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Tommaso Ciampa is supposed to return on NXT next week. I'm wondering when Breezango is going to get their tag title match, and maybe they'll announce that Wednesday. But subscribe, comment. I'll be back later with a predictions video for SummerSlam tonight. I got a couple good surprise picks in there. I didn't do the UFC last night because matches, a couple of fights were canceled and switched. And I did pick Edgar. He won, but I wasn't just a card that I wanted to see, really. And obviously I had all the wrestling and stuff, so I can't watch everything. But yeah, like I said, comment, subscribe. If you have any video ideas you want me to do, let me know. If you want me to do any reviews of any movies or any games or anything, obviously put it down in the comments. But yeah, I'll see you on the next video, and have a great day.